What's up, Joseph Keller? I was looking for you yesterday. I wanted to thank you again for the Jolly Rogers flag. So thank you, my friend. Trying something a little bit different today, just trying to get me in a little bit while I'm carving. How does it look? I mean, I know you can't see all of me, but at least you can see some of me. Does it look all right? I'm doing well. Can you hear me? All right, cool. So I'm gonna get started. This here is just, I'll say it again, more than likely. A few lives ago, we did a giveaway, and a subscriber won a prize, and the prize was I was making them something. So with the weather and everything being too cold, I haven't been able to get on it. So it's been nice the last couple of days. So I am carving this for the winner of the giveaway. So far, hey Billy. So far I got the front done. I'm working on the windows and working on the door. And then I'm gonna work on the side here. I'm gonna put another window in, and then maybe a square window with a flower pot here or something. Just working on it, trying to make it pretty cool, and hopefully they'll like it. I'm not putting a finish on this. I am going to send out some paints, so if they want to paint it, stain it, whatever they want to do, it's completely up to them. So what I'm going to do right now, just so you guys know, if you look at this window here, I am going to take a T-burr and cut into that frame because I want it to, see if I turn it the right way. So I want it to have, let me get it in, there we go. You can see I cut it out. Hold on. Get her in there. Where am I going? All right, there we go. You can see I use the burr to cut out underneath the window frame, and it kind of gives it a shadowy look. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one here, or the other one, to give it a little bit of depth and make it, I don't know, I like it. I think it looks cool when you do undercuts. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm using a small T-burr to get inside of here, so I don't need anything crazy. And the T-burrs are nice. Bourbon Hunter, how you doing, my friend? Cheers. Thank you for being here. And it'll help clean up inside those windows. So here we go. Thank you guys for spending part of your Sunday afternoon with me. I appreciate it. What I'm doing is flattening this out with the T-burr on the inside, getting that undercut put in, and then I will go through with the taper burr and cut in. And then I will take the fine finish burr to finish it. And so far here, it's coming out pretty nice. work on it. It's actually nice enough today to where I've got my fan on, blowing everything away, and fairly comfortable. I want to get this done because I've been looking into some woodworking projects that I want to do. I'm excited if the weather holds up to get into some woodworking there. And as you can tell, you will smoke these T-birds in a second if you're not careful. For what I'm doing, it doesn't bother me. But just so you know, they will burn in a heartbeat. Woodworking 52, Dad, how are you guys doing this weekend? I'm glad you guys are here, and if you haven't yet, hit that like button for me, please. I appreciate it. I've missed you guys so much. Thursday I was not able to go live, and it kind of bummed me out. So I guess I'm trying to make up for it this weekend by going live twice. Plus, I needed to get some views up because I've been away because of the weather. I'm kind of tank, which is fine. I expect that in the winter time. I think what I'm going to do next year towards the fall is to personally work on 2 videos a week. Bank one and then release the other. That way, hopefully over the winter time, I will have some content to put out. I think that's going to be the smart thing to do. Because if you can't get in the garage, you can't build, you can't record, and that makes me sad. So, alright, I assumed everybody could hear me. Can you guys hear me? Because Joseph was talking to me earlier. So someone put into chat if you can hear me or not, please. Avery Happy Tadpole, thank you for being here, and thank you for responding. If this is your first time here, hit that like button, please, and subscribe. So what I'm working on right now, just to give everybody an idea, I talked about this a little earlier. This is a prize that was won through a live. The mic isn't on. All right, why does one person say they can hear, but now you're saying the mic's not on? Hold on a second. Is it better now? Let's try this. Sorry, trying to fix the microphone. you hear me better now? All right, we're gonna go with it. Either that or I gotta take my phone down. All right, so you can hear me better now? All right, I'm gonna go with it. So this here is a carving that I'm doing for a channel member, subscriber. All right, hold on a second. This might freeze up a minute. Give me a second. All right, is that better? If not, I'm just gonna go with it. Okay. So this was won by a channel member, subscriber, and because of the weather, I haven't been able to do much carving to it. So now that the weather's breaking, I'm trying to get this done so I can move on to other projects. And what I'm working on, I worked on the windows, the doors and stuff yesterday. I went through and put an undercut here in the door because I like the shadow that it gives, and it gives separation from what would be like the door frame and whatnot. So I'm working on now doing the windows, and putting an undercut in on these frames just so it gives a little bit of depth. So that's what I'm working on right now. This window here has been done already, and now this one I'm going to walk through and do it. Sticks, that's a good idea. Make a little gnome for it. Thank you for being here. So let me say hi to everybody real quick. Sticks, thank you. Amy Jo, Billy, Joseph, Dad, Avery. I saw Woodworking 52 in there. Bourbon Hunter, Joseph, and I think that's about it right now. If you are in chat, thank you. Please participate. Everybody loves to talk. And if you haven't, hit that like button yet. Today just might not be the day to go live. Is it still spinning? Thank you. Good now? Okay, cool. Nothing worse than trying to go live and then run into a couple of issues. But it's alright, we get past them, right? Not all lives are meant to be perfect. What I found with these windows, because they're kind of so tiny, is I will go through them a couple of times, work it down, and now I just use my fine detail burr to clean up in there. And I'm going to go through there one more time with that small T-burr and cut in that undercut. Kevin, how you doing? And Kevin, if you noticed, I changed the name to Gnome Home as you suggested. So you're welcome. Undercuts are fun. I really like putting them in on the project. I think they add quite a bit of depth to the piece. I will always try to put them in. Where they're needed. I won't force them. If they're not needed, I won't put it in. But I think for windows and doors, it gives a little level of separation. So they work well, in my opinion. Oh, okay. Well, you guys are just YMCA stuff. Are we doing that again today? Let me practice up, and one day I will do the YMCA for you guys. And hell, if I can paint my fingernails, I can do the YMCA. Especially if I get to stop talking about it. Suzanne started it. I feel like you did. I feel like on the last live you guys were talking about it. You were aggravating Suzanne. That was what I was seeing. I was seeing you. I'm not doing it today, Caleb. No, I'm not doing it today. On the next live, I will practice up the YMCA and I will do it. Just because I love you guys so much. Alright? How's that? Is that a deal? But once I do it, you never talk about it again. How's that? Alright, well then I'll believe you that Suzanne started it. But I'm just wondering if you're saying she started it because she's not clear to defend herself. Oh, we're going to talk about it. Yeah, I truly believe you guys will. You guys don't let anything go. Heck no. So Dot is the one that won the prize in that live. So I'm carving this for Dot. Picture's back. What's up, Stu? Thanks for being here. Again, if you guys haven't, smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. But Dot, for everybody that knows her, she's the one that won the giveaway. And the giveaway was I would make something for the winner. And I chose to carve this for her. And I'm not going to put any type of finish on it. I'm going to send a set of keys with it and let her decide how she wants to finish it. And I think that'll be cool. And what I'm trying to do here is on that window, see right there, I'm trying to undercut it and cut further deep under it to give it some depth. Sticks. So on this channel, I have easy woodworking projects that really anybody can do. This is carving, and there are a ton of amazing carvers in this community that you can learn from if you want to get into it. I just started carving less than a year ago. Man, watching all the fantastic people in the community, that's how I learned. Yes, for sure. Really, with carving, it's just about taking out wood, taking out wood, taking out wood, and I draw. The tools are a little bit costly, but they're an investment. The Kutzel burrs that I use, the diamond burrs, you know, as long as you keep them up. I have my burrs. Hey, Michael S. I keep most of my burrs. I'll let you see this. In a little tray, so they're not getting knocked around and damaged. So yes, it can be a little bit expensive, but if you take care of the cutters and the burrs, they will last you quite some time, in my opinion. So it's worth the investment. Oh, yeah, I mean the flex shaft, this flex shaft is, you know, whether you go with this or Dremel, one-time purchase unless you break it, ruin it, have to buy another one. Now the cutters, eventually you may have to replace them that get worn out, but for the most part, yeah, it's a one-time purchase, and then you replace things as you need it, or you add to it as you want to try something different. When you carve, you really don't have to buy any wood. All the wood that I carve on, I find trees that are down and pick up logs from the trees. Have a good day, Six. Yeah, it's not really that expensive. I don't know what the Dremels cost, but the Vivor I think was pretty reasonable for what you get. If you buy the kit, you get the foot pedal, you get the flex shaft, you get the motor, and I think I have it listed in the description. It's like $75. That's not bad, and that's for, I believe, the 1200, the Vivor 1200, which is what I use, and I've been happy with it. The only problem I have with it is I broke it. It has a forward and reverse for your different cutting. And I just have not taken the time to fix the reverse of it. And one of these days I will. But that was my bad because I accidentally slammed it to the ground. So I can't blame Woodworking for that. Just like I can't blame Woodworking for all the subjects I broke. I'll put blame places, but I'm not gonna blame if it's not deserved, and well, I deserve all this blame. Yeah, bits are cheaper than woodworking tools, and you can find some good ones out there. You can find cheaper bits, yes, but I don't know if they last as long. I really don't. I don't know if the cheaper bits last as long. And it very well could be, that your cheaper bits are just as good as your more premium bits. Maybe getting into it, you start with the cheaper bits just to see if you like it. But I don't know if your cheaper burrs are going to hold up and stand up for the test of time. And I put these couple bits, these couple burrs, I put these through the ringer, and they hold up really well. Yeah, you're not wrong with that. What I'm doing here is I'm adding another window on the side, and then I think I'm going to put a square window at the bottom with a window ledge, and then on a lot of my carvings, one-legged duck. Depends on what kind of sandwich you have there, one-legged duck. And I am a good person. So, as long as you have a good sandwich, I will ask you for a bite. But, if you don't have a good sandwich, don't bother. Oh, grilled cheese? You know what? I won't take a bite after you, but if you want to cut me off a piece, I will definitely eat some of your grilled cheese. But now, my question is, and this is the $1,000,000 question. Hey, Matt Tyler, how you doing, Matt? One-legged duck. If you have a grilled cheese sandwich, what kind of cheese do you have on it? And I think that is a fair question before I take a bite of your sandwich. Because cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich, there's some important steps that you've got to have there, and if you don't have the right cheese, might not be that good. Yes, I am a grilled cheese sandwich snob. And it also depends on where you're from. If you're from the United States or somewhere else, because in my opinion, American cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich is about the only way to go. That's the yellow plastic cheese that's probably going to give everybody cancer. But that is the best cheese for a grilled cheese sandwich, in my humble opinion. One-legged duck must be busy eating a sandwich because he hasn't answered yet. You know, I would love to come there, Matt, to get the right cheese. I like cheese. I love cheese. I love different cheese. I like sticky cheese. Everything. But just for a grilled cheese sandwich, I like the American cheese. I guess it's what I grew up with. What kind of cheese do you have in New Zealand? It's cheese. No, it's not cheese. Cheese is not cheese. There's a definite difference. And partial to raw cheese, not mozzarella. I kind of like that we're talking about cheese while I'm carving. It's actually kind of making me hungry. Okay, I don't know what the first two words are, but aged cheddar, you got me. You got my heart. I'm not going to argue with there will be no cutting the cheese, not today. Just so you know. I'm good. So what I'm doing here, this next window that I'm going to get cut in, it's going to have a window ledge there. So I'm taking the wood around it down so I can form that window ledge. And then put the next window in, whether I decide to make it a square window or another round window. It's going to be coming off this window ledge. You know, the plastic wrapped yellow American cheese, it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm a real cheese person. I love real cheese. But Michael, thank you for being here. But yes, a lot of Americans love that classic wrapped yellow American cheese. Now, I will say this. When I was growing up, we had, and yes, my family had it, and if anybody else has had it, they will understand. We had welfare cheese. Hey Tracy. Hey John Phillips. Thank you guys for being here. We had welfare cheese, and it came in a brick about 2 foot long, and it was the American cheese, unsliced, and that was the best cheese you would ever get. Hands down. Hands down. And I'm not ashamed to admit that we had welfare cheese. Government subsidy when I was a kid. But that was some of the best cheese. Now I have in my fridge right now, and I forgot the name of it, it's cheese from Ireland. I have some smoked Gouda. I have some regular Gouda. Yeah, Billy, see? The welfare cheese was good. Yeah, I have some regular Gouda, smoked Gouda, Parmesan, and not the grated kind of Parmesan that you get for spaghetti. I've got a big chunk of Parmesan in there. We grade our own. And really like that. Yeah, so I need to be careful. And if you guys haven't yet, hit that like button, please. I truly do appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, it's free. Today only, the subscribe button is free. going to look dumb because all the other windows are round. So we were putting in another round window, which only makes sense. Doesn't have to be as big as the other ones, but what I'm going to do. Since we're on the topic of cheese, what is everybody's favorite cheese? And Billy, no, don't say cutting the cheese. I love blue cheese. Blue cheese and blue cheese on hamburgers or in hamburgers, nothing better. I crumble some blue cheese, put some feta, tomatoes and onions, mix it all up into a hamburger, kind of like a meatloaf sandwich or a meatloaf burger. And that is one of the best burgers you will have. And the blue cheese is really the star. The tomatoes bring a little bit of flavor. The onions add flavor, obviously. But it's a blue cheese feta burger. And if you've never had it, make it. Buy some crumbled blue cheese from the store. Cut up an onion. Slice up a tomato. Put the blue cheese, the onion, the tomato, some spinach in your meat. Mix it up. Patty it up. And you will have one heck of a burger. And Rhinestone Suzanne, I see that you're here. I'm glad you're here. But I do have a question for you because Kevin is kind of trying to start stuff in chat today. Kevin was saying that you started the whole the land do the YMCA thing. And I tried telling Kevin that, I swear Kevin did it because I felt like he was aggravating you on the last live. So inquiring minds want to know. No, Kevin, it's not beef meatloaf. Anyways, I'll get back to that. Hey, Rich Smith. So inquiring minds want to know, Suzanne, were you the one that started the whole the land do the YMCA dance? Or was that Kevin, like I suspect? Was it really you? Was it really you, Suzanne? If it was you, I have to apologize to Kevin. And I really, really don't want to apologize to Kevin. So please lie and say that it was Kevin. Oh my goodness, what is this world coming to? I've got it. All right, so publicly right now, on the live, you guys are going to witness the fact that I'm going to apologize to Kevin for blaming him for coming up with the YMCA dancing. And that hurt my soul to do that. But I did it. Kevin, there's your apology. Don't get used to it. But just so Suzanne knows, if she's still there, I did agree to do it on the next live with Rusty. So it's not getting done today. I'm not doing it today, but it will get done on the next live. How's that? So for those that weren't here and didn't hear, I'm carving. So a couple of lives ago, I did a giveaway, and I told the winner that I would make them something. Well, the winner was Dot, and I told Dot, I messaged her, see what she wanted. She wanted me to make something, carve something. She said she would leave it up to me. So that was cool. So what I am doing is I'm carving her a gnome house. And I'm not going to finish it as far as like staining it or anything. I'm going to let her do that however she likes. But I am going to send a set of paints with it. So whether she wants to stain it or paint it, she has an option. Here's what it looks like so far. I'm working on this side. This is the front. So this is the front. Rick Smith, thank you. This is for Dot. Most of you guys know Dot. Oh, look at you, Suzanne. Getting a new chainsaw. So this is the front. I've got that done. Working on the side here, putting a couple of windows in there. And then over here, I'm going to do a few things over here and then call it done. That way when you're looking at it from the side, you can see it. But that's what it looks like so far. Then on the top here, I've really fallen in love with putting moss on the top. So I'm going to add some moss to this too for her. That way it looks a little cooler, in my opinion. Woo! Kevin's got fighting words over there. I'm not getting into that drama right there. Maybe Suzanne can show Caleb a thing or two. Bam. Suzanne, are you still here? So yesterday, I was carving and I went to adjust my headphones. Forgot that I had the flex shaft in my hand. Went to adjust my headphones and put my foot on the pedal and almost took my ear off. That would have been a good time. Suzanne, just so you know, I have yet to receive that package. I don't know if you can look into the post office or not, but I have yet to receive it. Just letting you know, I was going to email you tomorrow, but I have not received it yet. I know you're probably just as bummed as I am. So what I'm doing is just kind of drawing in where I want the windows to be. So I have a reference point. Van Lot, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. I will make you a moderator because I feel like you're a good person. I've seen you around, so you are a moderator. I'll walk over to the post office tomorrow and see. Runa got his package. I mailed it at the same exact time. Did they ever update the tracking? Because I believe I tried to check the tracking and I didn't see any update to it. And I've really been looking forward to the fart emoji. Van Lot, I'm not sure. Do you have a, hey Soldier Farms, do you have a YouTube channel? Because if you do, just and everybody else knows, put your links in the chat. Yeah, as much as I give Kevin crap, Kevin's pretty on top of it. He knows I'm only joking with him, and he can take it. That's what I like about Kevin. But don't let him fool you. He gives it just as well as he takes it. van lot. Give me 1 second. There you go. Subscriber 220, I should be. You were at 219 before I subscribed. Yes. And I'm going to comment on one of your videos real quick, just so the subscribe sticks. There you go. New subscriber. Awesome. And once again, thank you for being here. Oh, Kevin, if I get to talk smack about you, I'm going to make sure it's heard. 100%. Okay, so the machine is turned off. What I said was, I will be very, very clear with you, Kevin. I have to, because I feel like you Canadians get very confused over simple English. So we have to be very smooth and direct with you. You'll be proud to know that I do have my phone plugged in. So unless the cord pops out, it should not die while I'm live. I don't think Canadians speak too fast. I don't, not at all. I just don't understand why they put an A after everything. You're kind of pretty, eh? Did that fart stink, eh? T-bird's getting burned up. Time to get a new one. So what I'm doing here, if you guys are wondering, on the front windows, after pretty much getting them carved in and carved down, hey, two dudes, I undercut what would be the window frame to give it a little bit of depth. So what I'm doing with this window is the same thing. Undercutting it, I'm going to clean it out, undercut it, clean it out, and then it's going to give a nice depth look to it. Just in case you guys were curious. Doesn't start a fire. Burn it up. And the nice thing about the T-bird, the T-birds, they will clean up and flatten out some of your areas and help clean it up. I really like using those. If I had to guess, I would say this one's sitting about that. Beach Sand Bourbon, what's up? This is actually more of about a number 3 char. But by the time I get done, it may be a number 4 char. So, Beach Sand Bourbon, why don't you go ahead and put your channels in chat? For anybody that may like bourbon, be interested in bourbon, I think Suzanne, I believe, drinks bourbon or whiskey. So put your channel in chat. And thank you for being here, son. Hold him back here, but you know what? You need to be a moderator anyway. There you go. And the reason I'm sticking with this T-bird is it's just small enough to get in to where I want to put these undercuts at. And I don't mind the smell of the wood burning. Yes, everybody gets paid in sawdust. There's no money that flows around here. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. No money comes around here. Although I'll tell you what, Rusty's going to be getting something pretty soon. Because while yes, Kevin does a fantastic job with what Kevin does, I gotta figure out something for Rusty because Rusty's pretty good. And his, what I understand, the shop is coming along really nicely. I think he's either going to go live or he went live doing an update on it. But I know him and Judy have really been kicking butt. On his new shop. I'm proud of him for getting everything going. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Matthew's here. How you doing, Matthew? So yeah, so you guys can see it. This is going to be the front. A subscriber won a giveaway a few weeks back, and they got to pick whether I carved them something or made them something. So I am carving them. They gave me the option, so I'm carving them a Gnome Home. And you can see it's got the front windows, door frame, and a little door handle here, kind of like the door handle. And then this side, I'm going to go ahead and make these windows look the same as the other ones. And then on this side, I don't know what I'm going to do here yet, but I'm going to do something just so it looks somewhat symmetrical. But that's what I'm working on. Once I get it done, I'm going to send this to the subscriber, and I'm going to send a set of paints to the subscriber also. So if they want to paint this, they are more than welcome to paint it or finish it however they want. I'm going to put some moss on the top just to give it more of a finished look. So that's cool. I'm pretty excited to see that. Beach Sand, thank you very much. And what I'm doing now, I went through and undercut the inside of these windows, which will give it depth. Now I'm cleaning up those undercuts, and then I will undercut them one more time. And then use a detail burr to get in there and really make them look good. Gonna make some little gnome happy, yes. And you know what would make this gnome happy? Is if you hit that subscribe and like button. If you have not hit that like button yet, please do. And if you haven't subscribed, if you're sitting and watching in the background, hit that subscribe button. Nice. St. Clair Shores isn't too far away from me. I think it's only about maybe 20 minutes, a half hour. So looking forward to that. Michael, you've been traveling quite a bit. How's the traveling been going? And I saw the picture of you and your wife on Facebook today. Glad everything is going well. Nice. Well, sometimes I'm jealous at your travels because I want to travel and I just can't seem to get away. Charlotte and then Myrtle Beach. That sounds like fun. Cleaning up inside these windows, kind of rounding over this frame. That way it doesn't look white as blocky. And basically with this, I'm using a fine detail burr. That way it only takes away what I need it to, what I want it to. It doesn't overly gouge into the wood. Although I will show you guys something if you can see it in a second. I got a little close and broke through right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it broke through one side. But it's all right. it'll still be good. You know, Michael, if you're still there, I've thought about resurrecting my bourbon channel, but I don't want to drink anymore, so I'm not really sure how relevant the channel would be, so I've kind of been putting it off. I kind of don't want to be in a position to start drinking again. So I don't know. I haven't deleted it yet. The videos are still up. I just don't know what I could do with it not drinking. It seems like it'd be really hard. All right, Suzanne. See you later. Thank you for being here. I'm going to end it in about 10 minutes anyways. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress so far. I love how the front of this thing has come out. And the side's going to look equally as good. Got a little window ledge there. I wanted that down there. Maybe put some flowers in there. But yeah, I'm going to sit back for a minute. Talk with you guys. It's tough. I've backed way off my intake. I found it's difficult to keep the channel going based on tasting alone. Bourbon hunts, barrel picks, and other fun things is the way we are headed. And that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, and I don't want to get into putting the hardest part about the bourbon channel, and maybe you can agree with this. It wasn't, for me, yeah, the drinking kind of got out of hand, but as you know, it's you buy this bottle to do the review, you take maybe 2 or 3 pours out of it to do the review, and then you're buying another bottle to do a review. So it's like if you do 2 reviews a week, that's 2 bottles a week, and minimal. So it gets expensive quick. It definitely does. Cool. So how you guys like it? You think it's coming out well? I'm happy with it. I think Dot will be happy with it. Just got to figure out what I'm going to do on this side and then go from there. Thank you, Kevin. And Kevin, have you got your channel up and going yet? $1,200 bottles? Holy Jesus. Wow. I thought my 70 or 80 bottles. Wow. $1,500. Well, I'm coming to your house. I'm gonna come to your house when I want to pour. Thank you, Sticks, and thank you, and welcome back. Awesome. Well, hopefully, Kevin, some heat's coming your way, because the last couple of days it's been in the 50s here, and it's nice enough today to where I have a fan on, blowing all the dust away, and I haven't been able to do that in quite a while. So hopefully some heat's coming your way. For sure. So what do you guys think I should do with this side? I want to leave that knot, but I'm open for suggestions. One thing I am going to put in here is a heart, because I have decided awesome, Michael, that'd be cool. I've decided that with all my carvings, especially the gnome houses and the fairy houses, I'm going to add a heart to it. That's going to be like my signature. Make it look like bark. All right, I could do that. That's not hard, but I'm going to put a heart up here, I believe, and then make it look like bark. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm digging it. I am digging it. And soon I want to get back into wood spirits again. I have not done a wood spirit in forever. Joseph Keller, no, this is not a Fordham. I've never used a Fordham. I've had a regular Dremel. Yes, Bourbon, I will. I will do that. I will do the gnome. I will do a gnome. But Joseph, I've never used a Fordham. This is actually the Vevor 1200 flex shaft. And if you want to look into it, I've got it linked somewhere in the description. There might even be a link to get it from Lowe's. They run about $70, $75. I like it. It comes with the motor, the flex shaft, a pedal. It has a forward and reverse on it. And I have been completely happy with it since I bought it. The Dremel I had was just your normal Dremel tool. Wasn't a flex shaft. It was clunky. It was big. It did the job, but it would not have gotten into these windows. It was so big and clunky. So with this one, as you can tell, I have no issue getting into the windows, carving deep. And one thing that I really wanted to do this time is, let me see if you can see it. When I carved the door in, I wanted to take the door deeper so the door handle stuck out. And I think that was a cool little touch. Before, when I did it, I just cut the door handle in and it kind of was recessed. I didn't want to do that this time. I wanted it to where the door handle would be sticking up. So that's why I did that. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Thank you, Van Lot. So, very good. Thank you guys for being here with me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I've got to get into the house. I've been out here for a few hours now, so I got to go in and get some stuff done. But I will see you guys later. Look forward, if the weather keeps being this nice, I am going to do some small woodworking projects, some small woodworking builds, and I'm going to be doing some more carving. And Thursday, I can't tell you who the guest is yet, but we're going to have a guest Thursday, so we will be live Thursday night. Awesome. Thank you, Van Lot. So you guys have a great night. Have a great rest of the weekend. And I will see you soon. Thank you very much for being here.